Comparison to my old one?
No, my question is, what is new about the Porsche 911, new one, compared to yours?
Rear mounted engine. The engine is still in the back, which is the same as the car that you have today. The new one is the fact that it's a little bit more well balanced. It still performs really well. The new one has all the modern features in terms of safety. It's a little bit heavier, but when you go back to the older car, it carries its weight almost in a more visceral manner where you feel everything in a more analog capacity. So I think that's what makes the Porsche 911 special, in the sense that when you drive it, you really feel the speed, you really feel the handling, you feel the brakes in a different way than a modern car. And I think that's what makes it a little bit more engaging, and that's what makes it a little bit more fun.
So what is the price of a new one, 911, compared to the old one?
Pricing, it varies, because if you go to the older cars, it all depends on condition. My car, in the condition that it's in, I think it's going to command a fair premium. I never really discuss price on the car because I think the price is subjective. Somebody might say that the car is worth $80,000, other people may say it's worth $130,000. I tend not to think about prices because then I'm going to be scared to drive it, and I'm not the type of person that's going to shy away from the driving experience. I'm going to do everything in my power to drive the car, get it on the road, enjoy the car, do things necessary to make the car better. So if it means putting on better tires, if it means me modifying the steering wheel and modifying the suspension in order to make it drive better, advance the car in a way that's going to make it more streetable for the roads of New York, I'm going to do that. OEM Plus is how I describe my car. Because it's an OEM Plus car, I think that it commands a little bit of a higher price than your standard issue 911. But what makes my car special is the color. A very rare option from the period, from 1988, which makes it stand apart from other cars, say your Guards Red or your black or white cars.
Is the mileage make any difference?
No, I don't think so. Porsche drivers tend to drive their cars. Ferrari drivers tend to keep the mileage low. Ferrari drivers tend not to drive their vehicles at all. They keep them in garages. They just look at them as art pieces. Whereas I think the Porsche enthusiast is all about getting the car on the road, using the car. It doesn't really affect the value in a negative way. So you could buy the car at a certain price, drive the car, and you could theoretically make money by the time you sell the car. But by the time you're putting in all the money into the insurance and fixing the car, you pretty much break even. But nobody gets into a Porsche to try to make money. That's why you have investments.
Now the color, you mentioned the blue color.
Yeah.
Is any different between that blue, the new blues today?
Yeah, so if I tried to get my car in the exact dark blue as the car in the garage, it would have to go through the paint to sample program. And paint to sample, you pretty much show them the exact swatch of the color that you want. You can request it, because it's in their color catalog. If I go to the dealership and say, I want Dunkelblau K5 dark blue, they'll have to go through their catalog of colors that they've used in the past, and it's about a $12,000 to $15,000 option to match it exactly to my car. They offer a new metallic version, but it's not the same. I think the dark blue, because it's a non-metallic color, single stage base coat, it gives a different effect when the sun hits it. And that's why I like it a lot.
2023, when they're going to arrive here?
2023's, well, I think because of the chip shortage delay, everything is going to be delayed a little bit further, because you can't find cars right now. Even with new cars, with the chip shortage delay taking place across the world, semiconductor shortages across the world, all this money put in through the governments to try to advance the technologies to advance this machinery and this technology, we're just going to have to wait. It's just a waiting game at this point, because if you sell your car and you're like, yes, I made money, and you try to get a new car, you're going to be paying a premium for it, and you're going to be paying over sticker. It's hard to negotiate for a car right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.